Sirouo is tiny transparent fish that are eaten live and are said to dance in your mouth. They do not have a lot of taste, but dipping them in some soy sauce and eating a spoonful of moving fish is probably enough action for your taste buds. No one really knows the origins of this tradition, but legend says that it began around 300 years ago in Fukuoka when farmers were drinking sake near a river. After feeling a bit peckish, the local farmers grabbed handfuls of the tiny fish that were swimming in the shallows and began to eat them alive. With that, the tradition was born. As fugu contains a lethal amount of poison, this is one fish that you want a professional to handle. And especially if you are thinking of trying the liver, which is delicious but full of poison, you may want to do some research on your fugu chef before chowing down. Usually fugu is served raw as thinly sliced almost transparent sashimi or in a hot pot dish, and apparently you can even eat its ovaries pickled in rice bran paste. Around 50 people are hospitalized by poisoning each year. Not for the faint of heart, ikizukuri is the practice of preparing sashimi from live seafood such as fish, squid or lobster. The sashimi is then served right on top of the still living animal. Supposedly it makes the fish seem incredibly fresh, adding to the taste. Needless to say, ikizukuri is very controversial as you are basically consuming an animal as it sits dying in front of you. There are different styles in which a chef may serve the dish, but the most common way is to serve it on a plate with the filleted meat assembled on top of the body. Sea urchins are found in every ocean of the world, across many climate zones, from polar to tropical. So, if you've walked on a beach virtually anywhere on the planet, chances are you've once come across the spiky echinoderm. Sea urchins are another one of those terrifying creatures with yummy insides. After carefully breaking the spiky exterior, the gonads of the sea urchin are scooped out and eaten raw. They have a briny, almost creamy taste and can fetch a high price. They are very popular sushi items. Think of shirako as the male equivalent of caviar. Not that caviar is necessarily feminine, but whereas caviar are the eggs of fish, shirako is cod sperm. Technically it is the sperm sac and can come from many different kinds of fish. Shirako is described as tasting creamy and custard-like. It can be steamed, pan-fried or deep-fried. Known also as tofu hell, loach hell, and erroneously called baby eel tofu in the West, the dish is a legendary Japanese delicacy consisting of baby dojo loaches, small eel-like fish, and tofu. The basic recipe for tofu hell is easy. Boiling some water, and when it gets hot, placing a block of tofu on the bottom, immediately adding the loaches, which will try to escape being boiled alive by plunging straight into the still cold tofu.